Welcome to the Love Log. Hi, Gina.
Hey, John.
How are you?
So good. How are you?
I'm good. Ryan's here. Cindy Job is here.
Hi, John.
Bill Job is here. They're married and the mother and father of Ryan Job. Ryan's my buddy, co-founder of a foundation. We love what we do and we're sharing it with you in this way by talking about love. Today I want to talk about success, and then you're going to say, well, what's it got to do with love? Well, you'll see. I think you'll get it real quickly. Success. How do you measure success in something? Ryan, you're math. You trust math? Yeah. You studied math, right? I like math. I love when people show me spreadsheets and it all adds up. It seems cool. Our work is trying to do poverty alleviation on some level, but it's much different than that. Check it out. It involves trying to help people help themselves towards something like a better life. But how do you measure that? So there's these cats, Warren Buffett, everybody knows Warren Buffett, top 5 most wealthiest people in the country. Well, his son, and I believe his daughter, put together something called the Novo Foundation, and they're recently trying to redo their success metrics. And they're trying to say, I don't think we're measuring correctly. And so they came up with a new metric that is based on love. We're going to measure our projects by how much love they produce. So I read that. This was in Quartz Magazine. Quartz Magazine, put it down here. Thanks, Eugenia. Quartz Magazine says, this could be really cool. They interview a woman named Suzanne Gillette. And Suzanne Gillette says, I'm rather doubtful about this metric. I don't think it can work. And one of the reasons she said it can't work is because they don't have a good definition of love. That's good. Because soon it's love, you know what I mean? Like, that's not love, that's love. Done. It's over. If you try to do it that way, you just created math again. This is my opinion. So when she said I don't think it'll work because they don't have a good definition, what I thought to myself was, yes. I hope they don't quit. But then you should be asking a question, especially in the Western world where everybody's very rational. Very rational. First we do A, then we do B, then C. You never put B before A, and never C before B. You get it. But there are ways to do this. And so I thought to myself, well, what is the way? What are we doing? How does it work? What does it look like? I think it might look something like noose. So Ryan, you and I have talked about this. I don't know if you remember, but this is a big deal on my side of the world. I'm an Orthodox guy. If you don't already know, I don't mind you knowing I'm an Orthodox Christian guy. So there's that flavor of that. If you go back and look at some of the other vlogs, there's a lot of Russian stuff. But in particular, I'm talking about one particular Greek. His name was Gregory of Palamas. He goes back a ways. He was Greek, but the Russians and Greek are tight. And he says, in anything you do, the true measurement of success is in the degree to which the noose becomes both bigger in you, clearer in you, and the degree to which it grows in others. Noose is a very specialized Greek term. So we like to call it the soul in the West. In other words, Americans using sort of the European tradition like to say nous, N-O-U-S, and soul are the same, but they're really not the same. The nous is the intellectual spirit. It's the spirit in you that's not your brain, but that can qualify things. It can make things become actually real in you, but they're things of the spirit. What he tries to say is it's the nous, which literally is the measuring stick, right, by which you can see God in action in the world. It's the thing given to you that allows you to measure things of God. And one of the things of God, according to Palamas, is love. And so yes, you can measure it, but you do it by developing the nous. Now, how do you do that? So now it's going to get most people in the world, not just Americans, start to check out at this point. But if you look closely at history, don't check out. Because every historical tradition, from Hindus to Muslims to everybody, has a way by which to access this thing called nous. I'm not trying to say that it's all equal. What I'm trying to say is that all human beings grope toward this. And what it always looks like, in some capacity, is silence, which is super cool. Silence is when the human being is not surrounded by things that distract them and forced to face with their own being, and that being is dominated by your nous. And so a lot of people, if you don't like silence, Gina, if silence isn't like the term that makes people happy, say prayer. If you don't like silent prayer, say meditation. All of these things ultimately are like a form of humility acquisition. Let's just say I want to acquire land. You did this, Bill, back here in this beautiful backyard. You had to figure out how to make this land look good. And so on some level, I bet you did this, I don't know, I'm guessing. Did somebody get some sort of land mover back here? Did you have either a shovel or a little, what do you call a little cat? What do you ride on, those little cat? It's like a little, what do you call it? With a little arm on it. What's that thing called? A little backhoe. Yeah. That thing was acquiring for you, right? It was acquiring the soil, the land that you needed in order to make your project. Prayer, meditation, and silence is the backhoe to acquire humility. And when you have humility, what you have is clarity. When you acquire humility, in other words, when you use that silence to backhoe in a bunch of humility, then the next time somebody says, you know what we need here? This is a hospital right here. The first thing you do is approach it with humility, and you listen to the people who actually live there. And you get a chance to make a beautiful backyard. But if you go in without humility, the first thing you're going to do is create for other people the thing that you want for yourself, which might sound great. It would be like me making your backyard, Bill. You'd be like, I know what you want. Bam, my backyard in your space. I'll make a good backyard for you, Bill. But you don't want me making your backyard for you. We have to watch out for that. And so what Palamas is saying, in order to acquire humility, to backhoe in what you need silence and meditation. So what we do at First Things, in order to measure love, is we make sure our people in the field are forced to become humble. And one way to do that is when you go to serve, which is very good, you don't tell anybody what to do, which is super hard. It's super hard. And I think using Palamas and his idea of the noose, if we do this, then the noose begins to grow in us. And if we truly know the people that we're trying to work with, here's the cool part. If we truly know them, then at the end of the project, because our noose has been a little bit, he uses the word noose cleaned, like a window. Because our noose has been made really clean, now I can see really clearly. And I'll write you a narrative. I'll write you about what happened. And you have to trust me. That's the love metric. Is that because I was there, because I participated in it, I can tell you clearly, and you have to trust me. And here's the deal. Nobody wants to trust me. Nobody wants to trust you, Ryan. What they want is what you know on paper in some mathematical formula that I can email back to New York where the headquarters are, and then they can show it to the board, and the board can go, bam, we're killing it. All right, kill it. But last time I checked, $52 billion went into poverty alleviation. $52 billion, $300 billion around the world to help people who get poor. How's it going for you? It's all on paper. It looks good to me. There has to be a new metric. I love what the Buffetts are doing at the Novo Foundation to try to create this new metric. I hope it looks like gentle narratives about real people in real places actually talking about what's happening to them. And to me, if you really have those and you can check those out, you got a great project. Can love be a metric? I think so. Our guys write them. They'll keep writing them. I hope you'll check in love as a metric. All right. Peace. Peace from the Love Log.